See, that's even worse.
The two of us clowns caused the usual commotion that we're characterized by. Ziva can't help but be in disbelief still, her lips curved cheerfully from seeing us mess around. Hey, it's really hot this time, watch out! And of course our joke escalates pretty quickly. Who arrives just in time to see us trying to stop a fire?
The substitute teacher?
Exactly, the new substitute teacher.
Oh, okay, it really was the substitute teacher.
It's always the substitute teacher.
Yeah, who's in the middle of their shenanigans.
I can't really keep calling her new, though, considering the amount of time she's punished us already.
Yeah, faking a death, sled desk racing, and now that.
Classes have ended for the day. I'm on my way home. When I reach the gates, I look back towards the school. From here, I can see a large mass of students passing through its doors, students chatting and walking side by side. I usually have someone walking with me too. Today's an exception because the substitute teacher has taken Ase hostage after that small incident earlier. It's weird, even though both of us were involved in it. She seems to have a fixation with my dear friend Ase. Ziva left without saying goodbye. I know I was the first to wish for that girl to leave me alone, but it's difficult to get used to this kind of change. From being pursued to ignored in one single day. Standing here, watching the influx of people exiting through the big doors of the building, a reflection takes shape inside my mind. My world is so small. At this school, everyone knows me as one of the class clowns, but that's also exactly what makes me a nobody. I don't stand out enough for people to take me seriously or consider me their friend, and at the same time, I'm not insignificant enough to build up mystique or cause worry to those around me. At this very moment, I'm a single tree amongst the forest. The only difference is that once this school year is finished, I'll remain in those people's memories as a blip. I'm only in their hearts of a few people from the school. No more than 10 if you take into account this entire town. It's not a unique situation either. This is probably applicable to most people, but sometimes even the smallest of things can make you reflect on yourself and realize how easily we can lose what little we already have. My world can become bigger or smaller, but rarely will it remain the same size, since time and destiny are so capricious. Thank you. It's in my hands to decide what to achieve and in which direction I should go. And where is it, I wonder? For now, I'll resign myself to going home, I guess.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, do you think he'll graduate?
Because he said he was attendance. And I don't think he's good in school.
Well, yeah, he has bad attendance and his grades are probably terrible. But he said he was held back. So he did say his age because he has a driver's license and he's like 19 years old now.
Jeez.
He was 19 years old. And it was his birthday in one of the chapters. So yeah, he's 19 years old.
Oh.
So yeah, I hope he graduates this year.
After turning the corner, I see a familiar face in the distance. I nearly forgot that Luce wanted to meet up after school today.
If it didn't say her name, I was going to see if we could guess who it was, but it said her name in the sentence.
It's fortunate that we passed through the same street to reach our respective houses. Otherwise, I probably would have forgotten about it if I didn't see her here. As I get closer, I can see her eyes open wide, but it's not because I'm greeting her. She's amazed by someone or something else that I can't yet see from my perspective. Who is it?
Oh,
we should have known.
We should have known it was Claire.
Girl.
It's Claire, the stalker.
They approach each other without noticing my presence, and although it's not something to get all excited about, I can't help but recall when Denez had told me a few hours ago. What did he tell you?
Oh, if you say so. In any case, try to be more careful next time, and I don't only mean about yourself. Oh, that's what he said. I'm talking about Claire.
The stalker.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's on to something there.
Thanks for the flashback. That was helpful.
I feel a horrendous shiver go down my spine. I don't know why exactly, but it makes me act quickly and I immediately run to them. Really? He doesn't know why? But when I get there, what?
He's gonna murder her. Or she's gonna murder her.
Laugh at the same time.
Oh no, we gotta laugh. Wait, which one's who? We're both laughing?
Both at the same time, yeah.
Okay.
Here.
I can't do it.
Ready?
Good. That was the worst laugh ever.
They were laughing their butts off. Oh my, Ciaran, what are you doing here? Now we've both lost our bets.
How much money were they betting, I wonder? Then nobody wins, everybody loses, but Ciaran is still the biggest loser. Oh man, I'm not doing the laugh. That was terrible the first time. Thanks.
The soy laugh.
Alright. I give it a thumbs up. Care to share whatever's wrong with you ladies today?
Oh,
that's you.
Nothing. I bumped into Luce, so we were chatting and laughing together.
I told her I was waiting for you, and we made a bet over whether or not you'd show up.
Did they bet the same?
The funny thing is that we both bet that you wouldn't come. Things seem pretty bad for you. Nobody trusts you. I'm not doing the laugh.
Gotta do the laugh. Ciaran's the kind of guy who forgets everything, especially if it's important.
Oh, I had the wrong idea there for a moment. Don't scare me like that.
What did you think was happening?
Murder.
I sigh, unsure whether or not I should feel happy or something else for how this turn of events has developed. Maybe it's because the idea of those two getting along seems impossible to me, but something about what's in front of me doesn't seem right. Especially with Claire. I thought that she could only speak freely with me. Although she isn't doing her best, at least she isn't acting like the shy girl that used to hide behind me for the second someone else spoke to her.
Let's not stand around here. We can take a walk while we're talking.
At first, I thought Luce only wanted to talk to me, but then she also invites Claire to join as well. The girl that once liked to keep everything a secret and used to lie about everything seems to have forgotten about her past and is now leading our tiny group with some small talk. The world keeps spinning after all.
Do you guys have any plans for the holidays?
The topic of our conversation drifts to the summer holidays for seemingly no particular reason. Everyone is talking about it now that we only have a few weeks left before the school year's over. I can't help but think I already know the answer to her question by heart, despite this being the first time that someone's asked me directly.
I don't think I'll go anywhere special, just the usual visits to the beach with my family.
I'll probably do the same.
Just to follow him, probably.
Oh, jeez. Coming from Claire, I take her words literally, and it makes me feel a bit anxious.
Truth is, I was wondering if we could all go somewhere together. My parents are already bugging me with questions about which university I want to go to and what I'll study. They're driving me insane. Also, there aren't any universities nearby, so I'm scared that all of us will end up going our separate ways once the holidays are over, especially if I have to move somewhere else.
Is it your birthday this summer, by the way? We can meet up then.
Yes, exactly. You have a great memory, Claire. If we do something at the beginning of the summer, it'll line up with my birthday so we can celebrate and have fun. When did I mention the date of my birthday to you anyways?
Oh, Jesus, she's stalking Luce too?
I hope not. Oh, she heard it during my birthday party. It came up when you began insisting that all of us have to celebrate your birthday and give you the best presents on earth. You sounded pretty drunk even though we hadn't been drinking. True, and if you don't obey my command, I'll get mad. What a materialistic girl you are.
Without thinking about it, I take my seat on the nearby chair. It's not like my legs hurt or anything, but after so long, one gets used to resting at every opportunity so as not to make their pain worse.
I'm trying to think positively while I still can. As soon as I get home, I'll have to start studying, and that's so depressing. Are you two not going to study for the final exams?
I'm the type of girl who gets focused at the very last second. I'm useless before then. That's great.
Why would I study? I'm a genius with 3 doctorates from Oxford University. I don't need to do anything like that.
Ciaran's saying that he also puts it off till the last second.
You didn't have to be so blunt.
Luce covers her mouth as she laughs and seats herself in front of me. She rests her back against the chair and crosses her legs, instantly transitioning from laughing to meditating.
I'm telling you this because I won't be able to visit the library for a while. Not for no reason. I'll have to focus on studying. It's because of my mother. She's really strict about it. Nothing at all like my father, who's more of a slob despite being a teacher. Now that I'm not going to basketball training anymore, she's always asking questions about where I'm going and what I'm doing. Of course, she assumes that I'm always wasting time instead of studying. It's a pity, but that's exactly why I had to make sure that after this, we'll keep meeting up and following the plan like usual.
Luce speaks quickly and ambiguously, as if she's trying to unnecessarily justify a really simple solution. I don't know what she's expecting from me, or if she's thinking that I'll get angry at her over this. Even if she's lying, she still doesn't need to make excuses for herself.
Well, that's fine. After the exams, we'll have to meet up again for the graduation ceremony and events and stuff. Oh, that's right. We can decide what to do during the party.
When Luce comments on the graduation party, I can't help but look at Claire. She folds her arms and looks away from me, trying to hide her feelings on the topic. With that being said, I'm about to stand up when I hear a voice coming from behind me. Is that Ase? Oh no, it's a waitress?
I guess so.
Good day, what can I get for you? We instinctively turn to face the new sound, realizing who the source is, and exclaiming in unison the title we'd given to this person a few days ago. Uh-oh.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, sure.
Since you don't, you don't say bad words. It's the baldy bastard.
Is it the cop? Oh, no, it's the bartender cop, right?
Yeah, and you gave him a curly voice because we thought it was a female waitress.
It's hard when they got question marks all along.
I know, it is hard to tell when they have question marks on their name.
We immediately regret our turn of phrase and shut ourselves up.
I hope so, otherwise we'll get arrested.
I like how the background just went white. We ended up sitting down at one of the tables of a restaurant. Of course, its waiter is none other than the Stockley Baldy that we've come across so many times in the recent past. Yeah,
getting almost arrested, a bartender. The only two instances where Baldy was. Now he's a waiter.
It's everywhere. That huge mass, over 6 feet tall, seemed to be bulging after hearing the affectionate name we gave him. Literally tearing apart his clothes. Oh gosh, literally, really? I can clearly see the dark, dreadful auras surrounding him. The gravity around us suddenly seems to grow stronger to the point that I can feel like I'm choking here.
Excuse me, I must have confused you with someone else. A cousin of mine. We call him that as an inside joke. Who would have thought? Of course he has nothing to do with you, sir. In fact, we've never met you before. Have we? Not at a shopping mall or in a car?
I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, no. Yeah, I'll give him that voice. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you going to order or not? Is that his, brother? Maybe that's his brother.
Maybe it's like Pokemon. All the Nurse Joys and Officer Jennies. Maybe it's all the bald guys.
All the bald guys look the same. Well, guys, I haven't taken a seat, so I'm free to go. Enjoy your lunch. Have fun. Good luck.
Oh, that's messed up.
Real quick
She's just like, whoop. Don't run away now, you coward. Our lives are on the line. You'll have to forgive me, but I looked at the menu and couldn't find anything I wanted.
Bye-bye. While Claire reaches supersonic speed, Luce is playing a rather unconvincing role as a customer. She's shaking so much that nobody would ever believe that she's capable of reading the menu that way at all.